My friends, today we have normal mode for you here on Skirmish Raid, Circus of Shadows. I'm super excited about this. Just hitting rank B here, or B rank, with about almost the top 5,000. So I'm excited to share my strategy and tactics and our 4Ts, as we like to say, the tactics, the team, the treasures, and the toppings for you to help you succeed here, particularly for me as a free-to-play player and making it through normal mode, and I'm here to help you with that here today. Now, if you got a question or comment along the way, do let me know, because I'd love to hear from you, and come swing by our Discord server. We've got a great, amazing, active community. Thank you to everyone there. Let's get into it here, because you're here to beat the Skirmish Raid on normal mode, my friends, and we're going to show you how I did it and got to rank B. Now, certainly you may be able to get to rank A with this particular team, or use it and also participate in hard mode and get a higher score and get to rank A that way. So a couple things here. First and foremost, again, when it comes to the boss, here's all the stuff that you need to know about this. First, all the information around assembling the team. You can watch our other episode on those particular pieces. These are all the other parts of this that you're going to see and run into here in terms of the raid. Now, again, defeat or deal damage to monsters to gain the points. Additionally, all the other pieces and tricks to that as well, along with all the rewards. But again, you're here for this boss. So if you haven't ran through it with me before, here's exactly how this works. We're going to go through these first pieces here. We got the Circus of Chaos. Once the HP of the Ringmaster reaches a certain percentage, its status changes. Really three modes. The first mode is a defense reduction. So I'm going to repeat that. Welcoming Ringmaster has a force field gauge that decreases upon getting inflicted by defense reduction. Once the gauge hits 0, the Welcoming Ringmaster will temporarily receive increased damage. Very big. The second mode here, the Ringmaster of Shadows, is vulnerable to light type damage. It will receive a shield blocking hits based on the number of actions made, so keep that in mind as well. We're going to talk about that here in a second. The third and final one is once the Wrath of the Ringmaster is full, the boss's damage will increase. The Hollow Ringmaster is vulnerable to cookies who use powers of the Fairy Kingdom. So really three modes. You're also going to run into the Spore Dispersal, Mushroom, all that stuff there with the third one. You kind of bounce back and forth between the defense and the light. And then once he gets down to about 40 million, 50 million HP, he moves in that third mode where you're going to use fairies ultimately to really do some damage. Now, a couple things about this particular guide. We also don't use White Lily, because I do not have White Lily, actually, believe it or not. I have got it in my group, but however, not within this particular account, unfortunately. So this is also a guide for you to get by it here with that. Now, a couple other things here to keep in mind. Many of you have asked about the first one. The first one we showed an auto team. We also showed a more of an easier way to get through. This one on normal mode, you have to be hyper focused. This team will also work for the easy mode as well, and is much more defined and tweaked and fine-tuned for you to help you get by. So those are all the key pieces around this boss. Let's go ahead and look at our team here and understand exactly what's going on. So here is what we have. The first team is based off damage reduction, or sorry, defense reducing effects. So any cookies in here that are going to reduce defense are really what you want to be on and leverage and use. This case, this particular group works for me. Someone actually asked me about Milky Way recently, and I'm super excited to have Milky Way in this team as well. So yes, Milky Way can help you through. Now, the other fun fact about this here is I'm actually only at 3 stars and 0 at Rebel. Rebel Cookie you cannot get in the mileage shop right now. However, the other 3 you can. So that is a great way to really boost quickly to 5-star promotion. Obviously, I didn't do it. However, I want to share that here with you as well. So a couple things about this particular team, and this is why it's important. Linzer, it's nice to see Linzer in here again. You certainly can swap Linzer out if you want. However, you do have deduction stacks up to 7. Area damage here is good on the attack. Target damage max. Crit percent, damage. But again, minus deduction, 5% enemy attack, 2% 1 stack, defense reduction for 35% there. So that's one of the big reasons why you have that there as an example. And then additionally here, Captain Caviar is going to do the same thing. Defense reduction here, boost torpedo damage, defense reduction for minus 42%. Very, very big hit on that one. We get the multiple stacks here with Milky Way, which has always been a big one as well. So again, don't forget about that right here. Reduction 3.5%. Defense reduction 3.5 for 7 seconds. Gains stacks 3 times. Stacks up to times 25. So that is something very, very important there. And then additionally here with our Rebel cookie, we'll do it right here instead. This one as well has the defense reduction as well, and defense reduced targets, all that extra fun stuff. So very important there. There are a few other cookies that you can consider as well with the defense reduction. This is just kind of the best grouping that I have actually worked through, tweaked through, and found to work for me. A good example could be this one here, defense reduction right here for 20% as well with our dark Choco. As an example, that is a little bit different one that you probably haven't seen that you could also try. I like to call some of those other things out there as an example. So very, very important there. Again, damage reduction, defense reduction here. Now we are on attack and cooldown here. In particular, you could actually go on Librarian Enchanted Robes for a little bit more speed. Reduction is going to be good, but this is what we did end up using. You could also always use Insignia of Dabble Knights. You could use Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch. You could go a little bit more defense here with Disciples Magic Scroll. Again, however, this is the one that worked for me. In terms of toppings here, we're actually on cooldown for Milky Way, so keep that in mind. You want to keep these going. We're actually on Solid Almond here. Again, similar. I would probably recommend that either you go on attack or cooldown here for Rebel. We're also on cooldown here for Captain Caviar. Linden, we're on cooldown, and again on cooldown. So you can probably go on cooldown for all these. I just wanted to share that there for you as an example. And then again, when it comes to the biscuits, we have all these guides here. You can check it out, but certainly you want to take advantage of those. Again, make sure that you're getting them up higher in terms of attack and HP. It's just going to help your team survive. So as you can see, I do have all of them equipped as well. So I'm mainly sharing and showing so that you get a good idea on how to think about where I'm at as a free-to-play player and benchmark for yourself. So that's the first team. Defense reduction, don't forget it. It's going to become very important. We're going to talk about it here once we get through all the teams. The second one is light. So we have a light team here. Now, Creme Brule just deals so much damage. There are some combo strategies out there to go with one team. I'm doing 3. We're going to chunk each of that out. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But this is what we went on. We went on attack and cooldown. We are leveraging Mint Choco cookie here. Again, kind of similar to the avatars in the guild battles. Here, the attack speed is going up, so you can really hyper focus on some of that attack speed. In terms of these, you could swap Librarians and Enchanted Robes out, but we're going to stick to what we have because this is what I got through with. Again, attack and cooldown. Librarians Enchanted Robes. Again, here, you could consider Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch. This one, crit. All those things, again, as an example. One thing that I found to work well is actually using Clotted Cream. And I like Clotted Cream for all the ticks and hits, the 22 hits for the 1.4 seconds. This really helps when the boss goes in the phase where you got a lot of ticks on there. If you're not running this, you're not going to get through it as fast. So this is one big thing that I found to really, really help my team that I think is probably a little bit different potentially out there, but something that I found to work well. And again, very more focused on damage with this team. We do get survivability here with Financier and a little bit more again with the good old Madeline. Now, one of the things you could throw in here instead of Madeline is Queen Almond. So Queen Almond's also going to increase your light damage, so that is an option there for you as well. Again, this is more predicated and focused on the ticks as an example. A little bit more survivability. Now, the only other thing that you're going to have here is Financier cookie is going to probably drop it on Clotted Cream instead of good old Creme Brule, so keep that in mind in terms of some of the survivability stuff. Now, again, toppings and biscuits, we have the guides covered for you. You can check those out. Here we're on Solid Almond for survivability, You could go this way and go apple jelly if you wanted, or attack. Just because the way this is set up, we'll talk about this here in a second. Attack for Clotted Cream, cooldown here, and attack here for Creme Brule. Again, we'll take a quick look at our biscuits so you can see that. Again, I'm definitely maxed out on that one. Here, again, very early stages. Here, very early stages. Again, here, very early stages. Damage resist bypass is nice. Cooldown is nice. And then again, damage resist and attack speed. But again, all things that can be more fine-tuned and tweaked, and you can check those out here on the channel. All right, on to our third and final team. The final team here, this really made a difference for me. A couple things. I do not have White Lily, like I said. We do want a combo with the fairies. So right now between Silverbell and on top of that Mercal Knight, now we have a Mercal Knight guide, topping guide, biscuit guide you can check out in Silverbell. I'll make sure those are also linked down below for you. As an example, this is very, very important. They're going to get a lot of attack speed in there, a lot of damage in there. White Lily makes a huge difference if you have that. The swap there can either be on GC or Shiny Glitter Cookie as an example. But what I really, really wanted to do with this one is just hit it home because it's the last mile stretch of damage, and you really, really want to get that in. Depending on some of the mix-ups that I had before, running double healers, not enough damage, just did not quite get me there. And again, this is my particular variant and version. I don't have 5-star promotions here for Mercurial. I don't have 5-star for Silverbell. Again, the only one that you can go to the mileage shop here for is Tartan, as an example. So those are all things to keep in mind. This is what I focused on, and similar again here, you can get 5-star on everything here as well in the mileage shop if you wanted, except for Clotted Cream, but I didn't do that, so I want to go back and talk about that. All right, so that is the focus on this one. We're going to talk about the overall strategy here in a second, but again, however, attack, similar style, all the stuff that we said in terms of treasures that you can swap in, swap out, and toppings here, we're actually on Solid Almond. You could go attack here. We have talked about that in the guide as an example. Again, survivability is nice here. Attack, we're also on Solid Almond here. You could go attack here as well. But again, I'm going to keep everything where it is because that is what we did to get through. Attack here for Tartan and cooldown here for Silverbell. Now, one of the things that you'll notice on my teams, I am only running one healer. So let's talk about some of that overall strategy quickly before we go take on the Skirmish Raid. I'm running one healer because we are going to swap through the teams. Now, it is very important to stay on target and swap back and forth in order to maximize each of these phases. You want to make sure you get the damage reduction, the defense reduction. Once you get that, move immediately to the light, then back and forth. And once you hit that last one, move to your third team. That's exactly how you want to do it. Now, what I found is if I can make it close to 2 minutes with my third team and get through the 1 and the 2 here, I'm probably going to take it home. So that is the goal here for today. We're going to put this thing in action for you. You're going to see each of the different phases, the different move sets essentially that the boss is going to have on us as well, and see how we dodge those, how we respond to those. This is completely on auto, by the way. I am not going to sit here and click all this stuff for you except for moving around when we need to. Now immediately you can see how all this stuff is reducing on the top. The biggest thing to note in my opinion here is really when Milky Way is hitting in. Milky Way is the biggest bar mover there, in my opinion, so it is very important to keep that in mind. And the reason why I bring that up is, in particular, here you go, you can see where we move, there we go, and hit again. See how he got stuck? Sometimes you got to hit it twice, don't forget. Now, it's not totally going to wreck you if you get hit, and as you can see, one healer is enough here to keep everything alive, so you don't really need to worry about it too much, and that's why we ran with the one healer strategy, or one strategy. This one you got to move to the back. There we go. All right, we're going back at it. Back in there. Now it's down, so we got to get as much damage as we can in and get ready for the swap here soon. There it is. Okay, immediately over to our next one. Now you see the light, vulnerable to light, the damage down, and the light type damage up because of what we have on there. Now, the one thing to pay attention to is we do have some of these other damages. We got to go to 5 spots. That one's hard to see sometimes because it goes out and your cookie's kind of covering it at the front. But here you can start to see how we really get cracking with this damage here. Now again, clutches, we got to get all the way over to 1. I actually lost where my mouse was. Oh, I lost it, but see, we're okay. You can see it there. You got to go all the way to the other side. I did at least say it. All right, so here's all the ticks that I'm talking about. Now watch this. Boom, look at how fast that goes through between Clotted Cream and Creme Brule. Again, the biggest thing to pay attention to, though, is that just reduction in health can become a problem. But the biggest thing is we don't really have to worry about it too much because we keep swapping back and forth between the two. A little bit different if you're on the one-team strategy that I was talking about before. I tried it. I couldn't get quite close enough. I did think if I could just focus on damage, maybe we could get all the way through. You definitely want a damage reducing thing here, in my opinion, in order to succeed and get by. Again, we're stuck there a little bit. There we go. Almost halfway and halfway, a little less. Well, halfway through the time, a little less than that on our side. We got to get to about 50 and then it switches. All right, all the way to the back. There we are. This time I found it. There we go. Get back. Oh. Oh, good old Milky Way. All right, switch over to light. Very important there. One of the other things that you'll notice is a lot of times we're taking damage as we're moving and waiting for some of these different phases here from the Ringmaster as well. This is the 5. Alright, get all the way over. Sometimes you can hit it twice, just like that. That's how I found my mouse. 2 minutes left. We're getting real close. It's going to be real nifty, real close here. Let's get that damage in. We need to get to that next phase. Okay, one more quick one here. Clotted Cream. Get that damage in. There's the immobilization. Alright, it's going to be real close, my friends. Should be switching over here shortly. 40? 45. There it is. All right, switch. So now we have to be careful of spores. Now, Silverbell and Mercal are not going to get it. You can see how much damage we start to get in, all the stacks. Again, the shiny glitter has really worked out well for me. We're going to move to the front here. We got 1 minute left to get enough damage in. Now you watch, we can get a lot in very quickly here. And Mercal Knight is a big piece, at least for my team, to make it happen. GC gives so much damage as well, supported by everything else that we have there. Move. There we go. You can see you can get smacked when you're a mushroom. 22 million left. Down to 15 million. Very close here, my friends. Little bit of luck's gonna go a long way. Let's move. Look at that shroom right in the middle. There we go. Shiny glitter. We got enough to hit everyone's ults one more time. We should be able to get it. And there you have it. 15 seconds left. A full-blown 6-minute battle with the Ringmaster of Shadows on normal for you here today. I am so excited about this. I can't tell you enough how much fun that was to get all those different pieces tweaked in order to get this guide pulled together for you here today. Now, very exciting nonetheless. That now unlocks for us hard mode. And with that, my friends, that is all she wrote for today when it comes to the Skirmish Raid Circus of Shadows as we took on the Ringmaster. That gets you to rank B, at least potentially rank A, but again, hard mode will certainly get you there as well, and get you up some more. So with that, I hope you enjoyed today's episode and guide as we broke down the 4 T's, the tactics, the team, the treasures, and the toppings in a more detailed guide, particularly for normal mode in each of the phases, each of the teams, in order to make you successful, equip you with things as a free-to-play player like myself, and get you through this normal mode skirmish raid boss. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. And with that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community here. On top of that, as always, thank you to all of our members. Memberships are available to you. It gives you priority response. It also has emotes and icons and all kinds of things like that if you're interested in a little bit more fun with interactions and all that fun stuff that comes with this. So with that, we do have affiliate links as well if you're looking for things. Maybe have it there. And additionally, our socials, at me, chat me, stay connected. I love to see what you do. We do fan art, we do all kinds of stuff here on the channel, and I love to see your gachas, and many of you know that. With that, best of luck. We'll see you soon. Skirmish Raid under wraps. Keep on running, my friends, because hard mode is next. Take care.